What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about the top 5 EV stocks ranked by Wall Street analysts. I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with stock number 5, rather surprising, you have Tesla. Just had their earnings. It is going up after hours, up 4.95%. But it is Wall Street. Right now, they do have a score of 3.39. So that does equate to a hold rating. So you can kind of see all the ratings here. So you have 16 strong buys, 7 buys, 14 holds, 2 sells, and 9 strong sells. So as a consensus, it is at that 3.39. So that is where I'm going based off of. In this video as well, I'm going to go over what these companies' short interest is, not because they're squeeze plays, but just for another element of data point that you can kind of analyze. So in Tesla's case, leading into earnings, shorts were increasing 10,000 shares today. 2.74% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 76.71 million shares. So obviously not a squeeze play. Short score, the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. On a side note, is sitting at 29.45. You see one sign of manipulation though, and that is cost to borrow minimum. Whenever that is negative, it does mean that there is brokers out there physically paying people to short the stock. So kind of interesting. So it is very minor though. So it is negative 0.13%, and that's an annual rate. So it's like pennies, so it's not that big of a deal. But nonetheless, stock number 5 is Tesla. Moving on to stock number 4, you have Rivian. Yes, you have Rivian ahead of Tesla. Didn't really anticipate this. Actually, to be fully honest, the whole list I wouldn't have even guessed. But Rivian currently sitting at $11.36. Over the last 1 year, it is up 29.24%. Wall Street score 3.48, so slightly higher than Tesla. As a kind of breakdown, you do have 7 strong buys, 3 buys, 16 holds, and then 3 sells, putting it slightly higher, like I said, than Tesla under the hold. And recently it did transition from being a buy to a hold rating, and that basically did change in March. So with all the tariffs and so forth, it did transition and whatever else. We'll have to wait and see how the market does play out in the next little bit. But Trump just came out with this right here. So President Trump says tariffs on China will come down substantially, and he won't be playing hardball. So at the end of the day, market after hours is rallying like a beast because of this. But with that said though, looking at Rivian, today's shorts did increase 329,000 shares. 17.19% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 146.79 million shares overall are being shorted. Short score 78.49, and you can kind of see shorts have really returned quite a lot from where it was at, roughly like the 20% range. So good to know on a side note. So let me know your thoughts on Rivian being position number 4. Moving on to stock number 3, and actually, spoiler alert, the rest of the stocks are kind of not American, so that's interesting. I like I said, I didn't really anticipate that. But then again, for those of you that did listen in on Tesla's earnings call, even though it was rather dry, Elon did state that he sees Tesla being number 1, and basically stock number 2 through number 10 are all going to be Chinese. So he pretty much sees himself as the only North American competitor. But nonetheless, moving on to stock number 3, you have NIO sitting at $3.75. Over the last 1 year, down 8.8%. Wall Street score is 3.77. So over the last 90 days, ultimately 9 strong buys, 5 buys, 11 holds, and then 2 sells, putting it under the buy category. And for the most part, it's been under the buy category for a very long time. So again, that's kind of a good thing. Side note, I didn't really go over them in all the cases, but for NIO, it does have a average price target of 508, representing a 35.4% upside from these levels. In NIO's case though, shorts did return 2.64 million shares. 14.04% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 223 0.22 million shares overall are being shorted. So I think in some cases NIO could be interpreted as possibly a squeeze play, but I think it needs some pretty good catalyst behind it to really incentivize some buying. I think in a lot of cases EVs have been really kicked quite significantly, and so in some of the cases shorts are really running rampant, and I think that's apparent in NIO. But moving on to stock number 2, you have right over here, so Xpeng, ticker XPEV, sitting at 1907 over the last 1 year, up solid numbers, up 170.06%. Wall Street score is 4.13, so under the buy rating. You have over the last 90 days 14 strong buys, 6 buys, 8 holds, and then 1 sell. And for the most part, it's been gaining some pretty good traction recently, but still similar to NIO, under the buy category. So pretty good stuff as far as that. And maybe I'll do other videos going forward about quantitative data and what seeking alpha analysts are saying, different viewpoints. But basically right now with the average price target of $24.59, that does represent a 28.95% upside. High end of $31.70, low end of $11.90. So kind of interesting as far as that. Today's shorts did increase 180,000 shares. 5.44% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 34.74 million shares. With this stock, shorts aren't really all that active, as you can kind of see. They were pretty much beginning to end 2024, but since then they really did tone it down quite a lot. So if you're maybe aware of exactly what happened operationally with that this company and what really deterred shorts, maybe let me know in the comments below. That'd be greatly appreciated. But short score is 57.02. So all in all, pretty interesting stuff. And then moving on to stock number 1, you have Li. So ticker is LI, sitting at $23.78. Over the last 1 year though, it is down 4.62%. But looking at the Wall Street score, it is 4.32, so fairly high for that. Over the last little bit, you've kind of had it under just the buy rating for the most part, and so ultimately over the last 90 days, 14 strong buys, 9 buys, 5 holds, and no sells nor any strong sells. So analysts seem to be very optimistic about this, even though over the last 1 year it's been somewhat lackluster, if that somewhat makes sense. Average price target $33.56, representing a 41.13% upside. Moving over to shorts, they did return 267,000 shares today. 4.94% of the free float is being shorted, works to be 26.97 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 2.67, and shorts have been really returning quite a lot. And so it was roughly around that 6.69% range at the peak. And so, yeah, like I said, they've been really returning quite a lot. So let me know your general thoughts. So this is the top 5 EV stocks ranked by Wall Street analysts. So let me know your viewpoint. Do you agree with these? Would you swap any of them out? And if so, which ones? So let me know your thoughts. And then one final thing, if you're looking for some kick-ass buy signals, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.